This is the second part of a Level 2 Functional Skills Maths paper from AQA. In this part you can use a calculator. Question 1. The diagram shows a 3D shape. Which is the plan view of the shape? Circle the correct letter. So plan view is looking at the shape from the top. So if we look at it from the top, we'll be able to see a square here and another one next to it, another 2 and then another one, so 5 of them, and that is option C. Write down the coordinates of the point marked with X. So that is horizontally 0, 1, 2, 3. And then vertically that is -2. So we start with the X coordinate, which is horizontally, and then we move to the Y coordinate, which is vertically. Increase 1670 by 27%. There are different ways you could do this. You could work out the 27% of 1670 and add it on top of 1670. I will go through this method, which is called the multiplier method, and it's very useful, especially in exams where you haven't got as much time available. So if you're going to increase something by 27%, it means you're going to add 27% on top of the 100% amount. So this is the original 100% amount. So 100%, you're going to add 27% to it. So in total, the final answer will be worth 127%. So 127%, as a decimal, we'd write it 1.27. So think of pence. If you have 127 pence, how would you write it in terms of pounds? And that would be 1.27. In other words, you're going to divide 127 by 100. So, as a decimal, the final answer will be 1.27. This is going to help us work out the answer. So, if I just do 1.27 times the original amount, which is 1670, that should give me the final answer. So includes the increase. So using a calculator, I get 2120.9. By all means, use any method that you like or that you know, but this is just an easy one to know and use. The graph can be used to convert between pounds and kilograms. So use the graph to convert 40 pounds to kilograms. So 40 pounds. There we have pounds, 40 pounds. Going down to kilograms. So that is 15, 16, 17, 18. So 18 kilograms. Calculate 1 3/4 plus 2 4/5. So obviously you need to give your answer as a fraction, otherwise it would be stated, which means you can't really use a calculator. So 1 and 2 gives you 3, so 3 whole ones. Now we need to focus on the fraction. So 3/4 add 4/5. As you'll know, you need to find a common denominator. because these are different fractions. So a common denominator, we've got 4 and 5, so a number that both 4 and 5 can go into is 20. So to get from 4 to 20, or how many times can 4 go into 20, in other words, that is 5 times. So we need to do the same with a number at the top. So 3 times 5 is going to give us 15. Now looking at the other fraction, 4/5. How many times does 5 go into 20? That is 4 times. So we'll do the same with the number at the top. So 4 times 4 is 16. Now we've got them with the same denominator. So 15 20ths and 16 20ths will be 31 20ths. So 31 20ths, that tells us that is more than one whole. Because if you take away 20 from the 31, that's going to leave you with 11 20ths. So we have an additional whole number, if you like, here. So as well as the 3, we're going to add 1 to it to make it 4. So 4 and 11 20ths. Complete the table to show equivalent fractions, decimals and percentages. So we've got 3/8. To get it or convert it to a decimal, all we're going to have to do is 3 divided by 8. So using a calculator, 3 divided by 8 gives us 0.375. And then as a percentage, that is 37.5. Now, we've got 15%, and we've got 0.15. So that is 15 out of 100. You know, percent is out of 100, so 15 over 100, 15 hundredths. Now the question doesn't say to write the fraction in its simplest form, so we could leave it as it is, or you could simplify it further, but you won't get any extra marks. So let's just do it because it's good practice. So what number could go into 15 as well as 100? That is 5. So how many 5s would go into 15? There would be 3 of them. How many 5s would go into 100? That would be 20. So 3/20ths would be the simplified version of the fraction. And we've got question 7. A shape is made from a rectangle and a triangle. Work out the area of the shape. So it's a rectangle and a triangle, so I'm going to split the two shapes to make it easy for me to calculate the area. So the area of the rectangle, I've got the 2 dimensions, the length and the width. So that would be 42 times 37, which is 1554. Now the area of the triangle. So we've got the height, which is 37 centimeters. Now what about the base? So the base we can work out because we know the whole length is 71 centimeters. We're going to take away this length here, which is 42. So 71 take away 42 gives us 29. So we have the dimensions now. To work out the area of the triangle, we're going to multiply 37 by 29 and then divide the answer by 2. So 37 times 29 divided by 2, and that is 536.5. So we'll add the two areas together to get the total area of the shape. So 1554 add 536.5, and that gives us 2090.5 centimeters squared. So 2090.5. Question 8. Fashion blogger. Alex is a fashion blogger. Companies pay her to promote their goods. Alex writes 30 posts promoting company A. The table shows the number of views of each post. So we've got from 0 to 30,000, that is a frequency of 5. 30 to 60,000, that is 9. 60 to 90,000, 12. 90 to 120,000, that is 4. Alex also writes 23 posts promoting company B. The total number of views of these posts is 1,223,600. Which company receives the higher average number of views, A or B? You must show your work in. So we've got to compare the number of views for company A and company B. We're given it for company B, but we need to work it out for company A. We're given the number of views in groups. So we've got, as we said, between 0 and 30,000, between 30,000 and 60,000, and so on. So we need to find the midpoints. Between 0 and 30,000, we've got 15,000. Between 30 and 60,000, we have 45,000. Between 60 and 90,000, we have 75,000. Between 90 and 120,000, we have 105,000. So frequency, it's how many of them. So we'll do 5 times 15,000. Which is 75,000. Then we have 9 times 45,000, which is 405,000. 12 times 75,000, which is 900,000. 4 times 105,000, which is 420,000. In total, adding these numbers together, that gives us 1,800,000. Frequency, that is 30. So we're going to divide 1,800,000 by 30. 60,000 views per post on average. That's for company A. Now company B, that's the total number of views, 23 posts, so we're going to do 1,223,600 divided by 23, 53,200 for company B. As we can see, on average, company A has a higher number of views. So we're going to say company A. Some of the posts were about clothing and the rest were about shoes. The table shows the number of each. One of the posts is chosen at random. Work out the probability that it is about clothing. So overall, we've got 21 and 13 and 9 and 10 posts in total. So we're going to add the numbers together. That is 53 posts in total. So work out the probability that it is about clothing. Clothing, we've got 21 and 13, which gives us 34. So 34 out of 53 gives us the probability. 34 divided by 53, which gives us 0.6415 and so on. So this is about 64%. Work out the probability that it is from company A and is about shoes. So company A and is about shoes, that's just 9 out of the total. So 9 out of 53. We do 9 divided by 53, which gives us 0.1698 and so on. So that is about 17%. In a year, Alex wrote 1,460 posts promoting companies. She was paid £75 for each post that had at least 65,000 views. In total, she was paid £36,000. What percentage of her posts had at least 65,000 views? So if she was paid in total £63,000 and for each post she was paid £75, we're going to do 36,000 divided by 75 to get the number of posts she was paid for, and that is equal to 480. So 480 posts received at least 65,000 views. So that is 480 out of the total, which was 1,460. So using a calculator, 480 divided by 1,460 gives us 0.3287 and so on. So that is about 33%. Tinned food. A company makes tinned food. A tin is filled with peas and water. The contents of the tin have a total mass of 300 grams. Mass of peas to mass of water is 3:2, the ratio. 240 of these tins are packed into a box. Work out the total mass of peas in the box. Give your answer in kilograms. Each tin has a mass of 300 grams. We've got a ratio of mass of peas to mass of water being 3:2. So that is 5 units. 3 and 2 gives us 5. That is 300 grams. 300 divided by 5 gives us 60. So that means we've multiplied 5 by 60 to get 300. So we'll need to do the same to peas. So 3 times 60 gives us 180 grams. So in each tin there is 180 grams of peas. 240 of these tins are packed into a box, so we need to work out the total mass of peas in the box. So we're going to multiply 180 by 240. Which gives us 43,200. Now that is grams. If we've got to give our answer in kilograms. So we know that there are 1,000 grams in a kilogram. kg. The k means 1,000. So 43,200 divided by 1,000 gives us 43.2 kilograms. A tin of carrots is a cylinder with radius 2.8 centimeters and height 9 centimeters. When filled, 1/6 of the volume of the tin of carrots is water. The company uses 425 liters of water each day in tins of carrots. 1 liter is equal to 1,000 cubic centimeters. How many tins of carrots does the company make each day? 425 liters of water each day. Let's work out what's that equal to in cubic centimeters. So 1 liter is equal to 1,000 cubic centimeters. So 425 liters will be 425 times 1,000, which is 425,000. So that's the total volume. But what is the volume of 1 tin? So we can work out how many tins. The volume of the tin, we've got the radius being 2.8 centimeters. So we'll use that to work out the area of the base. So pi r squared is the formula for working out the area of a circle, which then we'll use the answer to multiply by 9 and work out the volume of the cylinder. So pi r squared replacing r with 2.8 and pi with 3.14, so times 2.8 squared, and it gives us 24.6176. Now we've got to multiply that by 9, so 24.6176 times 9 gives us 221.5584 cubic centimeters, and that's the volume of the tin. Now it says that when filled, 1/6 of the volume of the tin of carrots is water, so it's only 1/6 that we're interested in. So we're going to divide this number by 6. So 221.5584 divided by 6 gives us 36.9264. So if we divide 425,000 by 36.9264, it should give us the number of tins. and that is 11,509.380822 and so on. So that will be 11,509 tens. University student. Marco is about to start university. The table shows his total expected income for the year. So we've got student loan, 8,700, part-time job, 4,800. Marco budgets for the following expenses each month for 12 months. Accommodation, £589. Living expenses, £186, entertainment, £65, travel, £87.50. Marco will save any income that he does not spend. How much does he expect to save in the year? So the income for the year will be 8,700 and 4,800. So adding these two together, we get £13,500. In terms of expenses, we've got these per month, so we're going to add them together and multiply by 12. So 589 plus 186 plus 65 plus 87.5 gives us 927.5. So we'll multiply this now by 12 to get £11,130. So we'll take that away from 13,500. To work out how much he saves. And that is £2,370. On Marco's 14th birthday, his parents put £2,000 into a bank account for him. The account pays compound interest at a rate of 1.5% per annum. Marco can access the account on his 21st birthday. How much will be in the account on his 21st birthday? So the initial amount is £2,000 times 1.015, because on top of the 100% we add in 1.5%, so that becomes 101.5%. As a decimal, you write this as 1.015. In other words, you divide it by 100. We say on top of the 100% because it will be increased on top of the £2,000. Now we need to put a power here. And what's that power? That's the number of years, because 1.5% is per year. How many years? From 14 to 21, there will be 21 take away 14, which gives us 7. So 7 years. So if you input this in the calculator, 2,000 times 1.015 to the power of 7, it gives us 2,219.689825 and so on. Now when it comes to money, we only need 2 digits after the decimal point. Because we have a 9 after the 8, we're going to round up. So this becomes a 9, 6, and the rest remain unchanged. So £2,219 and 69 pence. Jewelry. Mo makes and sells jewelry. He makes pendants in the shape of hexagons. The hexagons are made of glass and have wire around the perimeter. Here is a formula for the perimeter P of the hexagon. P is equal to 6 times the square root of B divided by 4 squared plus W divided by 2 squared. B is the length of the pendant, W is the width of the pendant. Mo makes pendants with length 6.4 centimeters and width 5.5 centimeters. He buys the wire in reels with 4 meters of wire on each reel. How many pendants can Mo make using 1 reel of wire? You must show your working. So let's work out the perimeter of the hexagon, or in other words, how much wire is needed for one of them. So we'll replace B with 6.4 and W with 5.5. So P is equal to 6 times square root of B is 6.4 divided by 4 all squared plus W is 5.5 divided by 2 all squared. So we need to apply BIDMAS here. Do we have a bracket? Yes, we have 2 brackets, so we need to work within the brackets first. So within the brackets, 6.4 divided by 4, that gives us 1.6. So 1.6 squared plus 5.5 divided by 2 gives us 2.75 squared. So we've done the brackets. Now I is for indices. Do we have indices? Yes, that's the powers. So we'll do square root of 1.6 squared is 2.56 plus 2.75 squared is 7.5625. So that is the square root of 2.56 plus 7.5625 gives us 10.1225, which is equal to 3.18158765. Now we shouldn't forget that what this is equal to is just this part. We haven't multiplied by 6, so we're going to multiply by 6. It's very important we don't round off the numbers until the end. So now this gives us 19.089525924. The unit for this is centimeters. Now we're going to work out how many pendants can Mo make using 1 reel of wire, which is 4 meters long. So we've got to convert the meters into centimeters. So there are 100 centimeters in a meter, so that makes it 400 centimeters. So 400 divided by the 19.089525924, which gives us 20.9538990959. That's the number of pendants that he can make. Now, I know this is very close to 21, but we can't round it up to 21 because he simply hasn't got enough wire to make the last one. So we're going to keep it as 20. Mo makes some pendants. The glass in each pendant is red, blue or yellow. 2/11 of the pendants are red. Blue pendants and yellow pendants are in the ratio 2:1. What fraction of the pendants are blue? So, if there are 2/11 of the pendants in red, that means that we can have 9/11 in blue or yellow. How did I do that? So 11/11, or the whole thing, take away 2/11, that leaves us with 9/11. So within the 9/11, we've got this ratio given to us, 2:1, the ratio of blue to yellow pendants. So how many 11s are blue and how many are yellow? We're going to use the 9. So 2:1, that is blue and that is yellow. So that's 3 units. 2 and 1 gives us 3 to make 9 in total. So 3 times 3 gives us 9. 2 times 3 gives us 6, and 1 times 3 gives us 3. So practically 6/11 are blue and 3/11 are yellow. The question was about the blue ones, so that will be 6/11. Football match. Steph supports Leicester City Football Club. She and 3 friends are going to watch the team play at West Ham United. The table shows information about the 3 parts of their journey. Drive 108 miles, average speed 48 miles per hour, train maximum 34 minutes, walk to stadium maximum 25 minutes. What's the latest time they can leave to be sure of getting to the stadium by 2:30 p.m? You must show you're working. So we'll need to work out the length of the journey first, so that's going to help us work out the latest time they can leave to be sure of getting to the stadium by 2:30 p.m. So we've got the length or the time being given for the train, we've got the time being given for the walk to the stadium, but not for the drive. We know the distance is 108 miles. We know the speed is 48 miles per hour. So we're going to use the formula to work out the time. So the main formula that we use is speed is equal to distance over time. And if you forget that, you can remind yourself, because we write speed in miles per hour typically. So distance in miles and the time in hours. So S in this case will be replaced by 48 because that's what the speed is equal to the distance, which is 108 divided by the time. We don't know what time is equal to. So this shape looks like a triangle, so that this number here at the top will be divided by this one to get this one. So we're saying t is equal to 108, which is the number at the top, divided by 48, which gives us 2.25 hours. 2.25 hours is 2 hours and a quarter, 2 hours and 15 minutes. If you're not sure, you can just do 2.25 times 60 and it gives you the number of minutes. So 2 hours and 15 minutes we can add to that 34 minutes and 25 minutes. 25 minutes and 15 minutes makes 40 minutes. Now you need another 20 to make 1 hour. That's 34, so 34 take away 20 leaves us with 14 minutes. And the hour we made, we can transfer it over here, so that makes 3 hours and 14 minutes. Of course, you could just add all of these together and then take away 60, and it's going to give you 14 anyway. So you put the 60 minutes or 1 hour on this side, add to the 2 gives us 3, so still the same answer. Now that's the duration of the journey. They need to get to the stadium by 2:30 p.m. So what's the latest time they can leave? So 2:30 p.m. If we take away 14 minutes or go back 14 minutes, that is going to be 2:16 p.m. Now we need to take away 3 hours, so taking away 1 hour first, that makes it 1:16 p.m. Another hour, that makes it 12:16 p.m. and 1 more hour, that makes it 11:16 a.m. So 11:16 a.m. is the final answer. Steph works out the cost of a trip, including the return journey. She will use her car to drive 108 miles each way. She and her 3 friends will share the cost of fuel equally. Her car travels 12.5 miles per litre of fuel. Fuel costs 128.8p per litre. Steph will also pay £3 for a return train ticket, £30 for a match ticket, £8 for food. Work out the total amount Steph will pay for her trip. So this is 108 miles each way, so that means 2 times 108 gives us 216 miles in total. Her car travels 12.5 miles per litre of fuel, so how many litres are needed? So we're going to divide 216 by 12.5 to get 17.28 litres. The cost is 128.8, so we're going to do 17.28 times 128.8, which gives us 2,225.664. That is pence. That's the cost for the 4 of them. So we'll divide it by 4 as they share the cost equally. The cost of fuel, that is. So 2,225.664 divided by 4 gives us 556.416 pence. So that's how much Steph will pay for fuel, and we can add that to the other expenses. As the rest of them are given in pounds, we're going to convert this into pounds as well. So 556.416 pence, to convert that into pounds, we know that there are 100 pence in a pound, so we're going to divide this amount by 100. So 556.416 divided by 100, that gives us 5.56416. When it comes to money though, we know that we only have 2 digits after the decimal point, so this is going to be 5 £5.56. We're rounding down because this is a 4. If it was a 5 or above, we'd have to round up. So that is the cost of the fuel. We're going to add to £5.56 the £3 for the return train ticket, the £30 for the match ticket, and the £8 for food, and that gives us 46.56. So that is £46.56. Steph looks at all the match results Leicester City have had at West Ham United. Leicester win 12, West Ham win 32, draw 15. Steph says, based on these results, the probability of a Leicester win is more than 20%. Is she correct? You must show your working. So Leicester win, that is 12 out of the total, which is 12 plus 32 plus 15, which is 59. So 12 out of 59, or 12 divided by 59, which gives us 0.203389835, and this is 20.338%, which is like multiplying this by 100. So this is higher than 20%, it's more than 20%. And is she correct? Yes, she's correct. So we're going to say yes, 20.338%. And this is the end of the paper.